Good evening. Welcome to The Corner. This is Mike Powers. I'm here with Gene Winkler and the rest of the MCTV crew, bringing you Our Corner of the World. This is a program devoted to the city of Marion, the county of Marion, and surrounding area. We try to tell you just a little bit about what's going on in our community and hope you'll find it interesting. Let's jump right in tonight and start off with our first feature, which regards the Marion County Health Fair. The Health Fair will be held Saturday, March 29th, at the USD 408 Sports and Aquatic Center here in Marion. The Health Fair will run from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., and a variety of vendors and health information will be available to the public. Everyone is encouraged to attend. If you would like to be a vendor at the Health Fair, please contact Jeremy Enzi at St. Luke Hospital or Deidre Serene at the Marion County Health Department. St. Luke Hospital and Hillsborough Community Hospital will be offering basic metabolic panels, lipid, as I understand it, that's cholesterol testing, and complete blood count testing with differential for a flat fee of $20. The payment of that is due at the time of service, and the hospitals recommend that before having your blood drawn, you should fast overnight, although that's not required. You can go to either hospital from 7 to 9 a.m. anytime from March 24 through March 28. You don't need an appointment. Just walk up between 7 and 9 a.m. And you can then pick up your lab results at the health fair on Saturday, March 29th. If you have any questions about this, you can call the lab at either hospital. So get out to the Sports and Aquatic Center in Marion for the Marion County Health Fair on Saturday, March 29th, and get yourself healthy. We'd like to move now to a segment about the St. Luke Hospital Auxiliary Thrift Store. Our producer, Gene Winkler, recently had the opportunity to visit the thrift store, which is operated by the St. Luke Hospital Auxiliary. As many of you know, the thrift store recently changed locations and is now doing business in what was formerly occupied by the Duckwalls Variety Store. Gene began his visit at the store with its director, Rosemary Gerard.
The shop was actually started back in 2006, and the person we need to credit all this to is Judy Reno. She had been to a district meeting and found out about another shop that had opened up, but they did a lot of refinishing furniture and stuff like that for their shop. She came back to Marion determined that we were going to have an auxiliary shop to support our hospital and living center. And there's a lot of naysayers that said, oh, we've had secondhand stores in town before and they didn't work out well. But Judy was very persistent. And as you can see, it has worked out very well for the city of Marion, the Marion County, and many, many people from throughout. They come through here, especially from other states, to be able to come to this shop on Fridays and Saturdays. And so really this last year, in June, we found out we were going to have to move and find a different place to have a shop. So we didn't know whether we could even find a place, to be honestly. But as the saying goes, when a door closes, a window opens. And it came up that Gowns were ready to get rid of the Duckwall store that they had owned for years. And so they gave it to the Hospital Foundation. And so the Hospital Foundation is renting this building to us. We pay them rent, we pay all of our utilities and the insurance on the building. But then when we got to looking, there was going to be lots and lots of repairs and things that needed to be done in this building. But being the great city that Marion is, they opened up and here they come. The volunteers came in and many of them were not even connected with the hospital, with the auxiliary as far as that goes. They were all very interested in our hospital. And so they came in, they had to redo walls, we had to paint, we had to clean all the shelving and put up shelving, take down shelving. And it's just been unbelievable what has happened to get this building ready for us to move into. And so we set our date of opening this building for Old Settlers Day. But then we decided we were going to have a crowd in town for Art in the Park, so we set it for then. And we were able to meet that. We didn't have the shelves full, no, but we were able to meet our goal. And we have had, as I can say, there is no one person I want to name as doing more than others, because everybody has done more than their share as far as getting this ready. But that's what it's all about. We're volunteers, and we love our hospital and want to keep it here. And so then as we got together and decided that we was going to need more manpower than we have normally, we have been able to get some men really involved in this. So we kind of elected Richard Hines to be the chairman of this, and he has done a very good job. And so at this point, it's just been success. And we have had really, really great response. And I just hope this can continue for many, many years. As long as we can keep people volunteering, which I can't see that they can't keep it volunteering. Of course, some of us are getting older, and we're not going to be able to keep up with this all the time. So, but as we fade out, some young ones come in, and as I keep saying, Marion is so fortunate to have the volunteers, the community, and the caring, and that Marion County is just very, very good to us as far as supporting us and bringing in donations. It's unbelievable at the amount of donations that comes in that we accept on a Friday and Saturday. It is just absolutely wonderful. And all I can say is thanks, and thanks again for the volunteers, for the donations, and being able to be a part of this.
An interesting feature, Gene, and a great job being done by those folks. The ladies and gentlemen associated with the hospital auxiliary deserve a great big thank you from the community. The thrift store provides not only a great shopping experience, it also generates much needed funds for the local hospital. When the store is open, the traffic generated on Main Street is beneficial to downtown merchants, and the thrift store is a great option for those who still have useful items they don't wish to throw away. To donate them is a great cause. If you have any doubt about the benefits of the shop, it may change your mind to know that from its opening in 2006, the shop has donated over $250,000 to St. Luke Hospital. Great feature. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Hannaford Abstract and Title Company provides abstracts of title and title insurance for homeowners and mortgage lenders. They also provide real estate closings for your transactions. Why do you need title insurance? For most Americans, our home is the single largest financial investment we will ever make. Having a clear title is important to the sale and purchase of your home. Your title insurance policy is your assurance that the home you are buying is protected from any title problems now and down the road.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed hearing from our sponsors, and now it's time to transition into something that may not seem like a normal spring thing, but elections are approaching, city elections in fact. And as the city elections are approaching, Marion will have 3 candidates for the position of mayor. The incumbent, Mary Olson, is seeking re-election, and she'll be challenged by current city councilman Todd Heitschmidt and Marion resident Steve Unruh. We asked each mayoral candidate to provide a short statement about themselves and their candidacy. Let's start with the incumbent, Mary Olson. In her statement, Mary says, I moved to Marion in 1996 after teaching in Center School District for 36 years. I served on Lincolnville Council for 15 years. In May of 2007, when Marion went to the Mayor Council, I decided to run for mayor, and then went to training in the Kansas League of Municipalities Leadership Academy program, where I completed Level 1 courses and now working on Level 2. Also, I have a network of elected officials around the state who have served as a resource. In my first year, I asked the Planning and Zoning Board to review the comprehensive plan for the city. This has taught me the importance to have a plan that is proactive when it comes to economic development. Enlisting volunteers to serve on various community boards is very important to me for their advice and involvement, which gives the city direction for the future. Their work has also helped to make for transparency in the decisions made by the council. When the Aquatic Center was built and the St. Luke Hospital was remodeled, I had the opportunity to learn the importance of governmental entity cooperation. Listening to citizens' concerns are very important to me, and I take them seriously. I've had the time it takes to do the mayoral responsibilities and being able to represent Marion. That said, I will enjoy continuing to do so. Now, our next candidate to be highlighted is Mr. Steve Unruh. Steve was born and raised in Missouri and says, my dad's family was from Lehigh, Kansas. We spent vacation and holidays in the McPherson area. I was in the U.S. Navy and had an honorable discharge. I have an associate's degree in electronics and have been working 30 years in the service industry, heating and air conditioning, construction in single homes to apartment complex to high-rise buildings. Now retired, I came to Marion to live out the rest of my life. Although I'm retired, I'm still required by my beliefs to be active in my community. As a citizen, in whatever capacity I can, I have experience and knowledge that can be beneficial to the community, and it is my hope that I'll be able to use it to help my community grow and prosper, while still retaining the ideals and attitudes that have disappeared from most of the rest of the country. Now, our third candidate for mayor is Todd Heitschmidt. Mr. Heitschmidt is currently a member of the City Council. In his statement, Mr. Heitschmidt says, I'm running for mayor to assist leading the city in addressing our infrastructure needs and planning for a more vibrant economic future for our youth to our seniors. In my first year and a half on the council, we have addressed many major street, water, and sewer improvement and repair projects, made positive steps in renting or selling city-owned properties in the business and industrial park, and assisted in the development of $4 million in senior income qualified housing. Within the next 12 months, qualified seniors in the city will have 20 newly renovated, remodeled apartments, commonly referred to as September 1, and 20 new duplex units, plus a resident community center located just across the street from the football and track complex on Eisenhower Street. While running a city council meeting is one thing, leading a city council meeting in our community is another. I have found leadership requires being able to make tough decisions that are legal and ethical. I'm committed to providing this leadership as mayor for Marion. We here at MCTV want to thank all three of these citizens for coming forward and volunteering to serve. We urge you, as a citizen, to make an informed decision and then get out and vote. Voting for the city elections will take place at the Marion Community Center located in the city office building. Newly elected officials will formally take office on April 14. The city elections themselves will be held Tuesday, April 1st, and if you want to register so you can vote, the deadline is March 11th. If you'd like to participate in early voting, that will begin by March 18. If you'd like more information with regard to voting opportunities, contact the county clerk. Now, let's take a break, and we'll be right back with more of The Corner.
Marion Pharmacy became a franchised Health Mart pharmacy in 1984. As a full-line pharmacy, we accept most all major insurance plans, including Medicare D plans for seniors. We have been offering flu shots for the past couple of years and will continue to do so in the future. They offer a full line of durable medical equipment for both rental and purchase. They also have a Kodak picture printing machine, a full line of Hallmark cards, giftware, and toys for tots.
Hi, glad to have you back for The Corner. Well, a while back, I had the opportunity to visit Marion Elementary School, and while there, I posed a few questionable questions to some of the young students. I drugged Gene Winkler along with me, and he made this video.
Tell us your name.
Melanie Garrett,
Okay, Melanie Garrett, what grade are you in?
4th.
If you had lots and lots of money, what would you do?
I'd probably use it to decorate my room and get my dog some treats, and I'd use it
Get your
as
dog some teeth.
treats.
Oh, treats,
And
okay.
then I'd also spend it on my family.
What would you buy your family?
Probably another couch.
Well, that's really nice of you. But you just do things here in town. You wouldn't go anywhere special?
Probably not.
Is there any place you'd really like to go in the world?
just wanted to go to Germany.
What's in Germany that you want to see?
Well, that's where I'm from. Plus, my grandma and grandpa have been there like 5 or 6 times.
Okay. What would you do if you went to Germany?
I'd see what the people dress like and what they do there.
How do what do they dress like in Germany? How do people dress?
All I know is they wear these lederhosen. I don't know what they are though, because my grandpa used to have a pair.
Lederhosen, in that kind of funny pants?
Yeah, they're kind of like shorts that come up and they're kind of like overalls.
And you want to wear those?
No.
I bet you could get some and wear them here.
True.
Okay, thank you very much. Good job. Why don't you tell us your name?
Luke Jeffrey Watkins,
And what grade are you in, Luke Jeffrey Watkins?
kindergarten.
If you could be anything you wanted right now or when you grow up, it doesn't matter, what would you want to be?
A football player.
A football player. What team would you play for?
K-State.
K-State. And do you have why football player? How about, don't you want to be a Tiger?
Because my daddy was a K-State football player.
Really? Okay. And so are you going to go play football at K-State too?
Maybe.
Maybe. What if somebody else comes along and says they want you to play for
I would probably say maybe.
them? Okay, well that's probably pretty good. Do you have any idea what you have to do to be a teacher?
No idea.
No idea. Do you think they go to school?
Yes.
Do you think it's hard?
Yes.
Really? Do you think all your teachers went to school?
No.
Why is that?
Because I don't know.
All right, well that's okay. If you had lots of money, what would you buy?
A hot tub.
What if you had lots of money? Is there anything else you'd buy?
A dirt bike.
Okay, so okay, well that's fair enough. Thank you. Why don't you tell us your name?
Natalie.
And what's your last name?
Sickle.
And what grade are you in, Natalie Siegel?
First.
Tell me something that you hear teachers say to kids all the time.
Be good.
Be good. Do they ever say that to you?
No.
They never say be good? Is that because you're always good?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And you, before we started, said you wanted to get something for doing this. What was that?
Character
A
coupon.
character coupon. What's a character coupon?
It was...
It's a good thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a bad thing.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? You get on an airplane, you could get in a car or a boat, doesn't matter. You could just go anywhere you wanted.
Paris.
Paris. What's in Paris?
I don't know.
Did you just hear of Paris on TV?
No, my uncle went to Paris.
Oh, okay. Did he go there on a honeymoon?
No.
No? And he didn't take you with him?
No.
Should he have taken you with him?
No.
Why not?
I had school.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good because you want to be here and get character coupons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever got one before?
No.
That's
Not
why you're
that I know of.
negotiating to get one now, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I tell you, nothing's better than going out and visiting the kids. We hope you enjoyed that. Back to a little more serious things. We mentioned the candidates for mayor. We also have some people running for city council. In addition to the mayor's race, we will have 2 open spots on the Marion City Council, and we have 5 local residents that have filed for election to a spot. Chad Atkins, Melissa Murmas, David Mayfield, Dwayne McCarty, and an incumbent, Jerry Klein, are seeking your support in the election. Just as we did with the mayor candidates, we ask each candidate for city council to provide us with a capsule summary of who they are and why they have sought election to the city council. Let's start with Chad Atkins. Chad is a teacher and coach at Marion High School, and he provided us with his information, and here's what he had to say about his candidacy. My name is Chad Atkins, and my wife Michelle and I have lived in Marion for almost 15 years. We have a daughter, JC, who is in 1st grade. I'm running for city council because the city started out as a one-year stop in our life has become home. One of the things I've always liked about Marion is its rich history. As we have lived here, the town has gotten smaller, and the people are working very hard to keep things going in the right direction. I think Marion's at a crossroad. Decisions that are made over the next several years are going to cement the direction this town moves in. I think we need to preserve the rich history of this community, but look forward at the same time. We as a community need to take a vested interest in where we want our community to head. In today's world, nothing stays the same. We either move forward with a plan that makes Marion better than it is today, or we will move backwards and Marion will be in people's rearview mirror. I want to raise my daughter in Marion alongside the many great people we have met in our time here. I don't pretend to have all the answers, but I want to be part of the solution. I look forward to serving this community and moving down the path that leads us into the future with hope and excitement. Another candidate for the position on the City Council is Melissa Murmas. She's a local nurse at St. Luke Hospital. Melissa's statement reads, "My name is Melissa Murmas and I'm running for the council position. I'm married to Tyler Murmas and together we have 4 children, Marshall, 15, Blaine, 13, Bryce, 11, and Bryn, 8. We moved to Marion 5 years ago when my husband took a position with the Marion Police Department. I took a job at St. Luke Hospital as a registered nurse. I was born and raised in Kinsley, Kansas, a town that is much similar in size to Marion. When we first came to Marion to visit, I admit that I was taken back. I was quite impressed with this town and what it had to offer. I'm aware of the struggles that small towns face, keeping businesses open, recruiting new business, budgeting for improvements, many of the things that keep a community growing instead of remaining the same year after year. Today I'm proud to call Marion home, and I chose to run for City Council to be an active part in keeping Marion a growing and prospering community. Also running for a City Council seat is former City Administrator David Mayfield. In his statement, Mr. Mayfield says, "My past experience of 8 years as City Administrator allows me to bring to the Council a vast knowledge of city government which would assist the Council in making important decisions. My intention of running for the City Council is not to micromanage, but also to be a resource to our current administration that our current administration can call upon if needed. My prior experience also allows me to make good, solid decisions regarding all city business, such as budgets, utility rates, and many other areas. I believe the decisions that our council makes should be in the best interests of the majority of our citizens, not just a few. For these reasons, I am a candidate for the Marion City Council, and if elected, I will strive to make Marion a place our future generations will want to call home." Our fourth candidate is Marion County Sheriff's Deputy Dwayne McCarty. Dwayne's pictured here with his wife Angie. In his statement, Dwayne says, "I'm running for Marion City Council because I am a great listener to the public, and with their input, I will use that towards my term as councilman. I'm also about emergency care for the city, which includes support for our hospital, for our firefighters, our ambulance people, and our law enforcement personnel. I also will work on items that will benefit our youth and our elderly. I, as a taxpayer, also want to make sure the citizens of Marion are getting the most out of our tax paying." Our final candidate is the incumbent, Jerry Klein. Jerry's statement says, "I've lived in Marion all my life. I'm married with 2 children. I'm a member of the Eastmore Church, American Legion, and Masonic Lodge. I've been on the City Council for 6 years and on the State Board for Senior Citizens. My objectives for the city is to help reduce the city debt, promote economic growth, and promote open government. Other things are to listen to Marion citizens, their concerns about Marion. The council needs to spend our resources wisely so we get the most out of our tax dollars. The last thing we need is to develop community pride. We need to have pride in our city and county. We need to promote fair government for all citizens of Marion. Voting is a privilege, and everyone should get out and vote on April 1st. Your vote would be appreciated." Now, we here at the Corner would like to thank all of the candidates for mayor and city council. They've taken the time to file for election, and by doing so are pledging to you that if elected, they will devote their time, their energy, and their talents to the city. We would encourage you to get to know each candidate. Then get to the Marion Community Center on April 1st and do your patriotic duty, vote, and determine the future of our community.
Case & Son Insurance is the oldest continuous business in Marion County and may be the oldest continuous family-run business in the state. The current owner is the fifth generation of the Case family to run the business, and there's never been any ownership outside the Case family. They are an independent agent representing many companies and offer a full line of property casualty insurance, including home, auto, farm, business, and life. They also specialize in bonds.
Once again, welcome back. A while back when we were at elementary school to interview the students, as you saw before, we took advantage of the opportunity and cornered Marion Elementary School counselor Chris Burkholder. Chris has been very helpful to us in arranging interviews with the kids, and Chris has a very important job guiding and assisting all those fragile young minds. We thought you might like to know a bit more about her, so with a little bit of arm twisting, maybe a lot of arm twisting, we were able to get her to sit down for an interview.
We're here with Chris Burkholder, Marion Elementary School counselor, and I've had a terrible time saying her name up to this point, but Chris, thank you very much for joining us today, or letting us join you, really. We've been here a couple of times now as we've recorded some interviews with some of your students that you've arranged for us, and we realized that maybe not everyone knows you or knows your role. So with your permission, I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
I won't ask you what's your favorite animal.
Well, that's good.
Okay, or what you wanted to be if you were an animal. I won't do that. But tell me a little bit about yourself, Chris. Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? That sort of thing.
I grew up in Douglas, Kansas, which is about 25 miles southeast of Wichita. I started out college at Fort Hays State and then transferred to New Mexico State. And that's where I graduated with my undergraduate in teaching and got my first teaching job here in Marion and went to Emporia State University while I was teaching to get my counseling degree.
Just have to ask, how did you end up going from Hays to New Mexico?
I went on an exchange program. The college had an exchange program, and my roommate and I picked New Mexico because we had never been there, and it was someplace warm, and we took off, and
There you were. Huh?
two small town girls from Kansas that had never really been out of Kansas and went to New Mexico, and I loved it, so I transferred there.
But decided to come back to Kansas.
That's right.
Well, we're glad you did. You came to Marion, I know, at least 20 years ago. Do I dare ask how long ago?
I came to Marion, my first year as a teacher at the high school was in 91, 92.
Okay. So you're about 22 years or
Yeah.
somewhere around that. And you, I know, have had different positions with the school district. You mentioned you had taught. And how long have you actually been the counselor here at Marion Elementary?
This is my 5th year.
And were you at the high school for a while first, or am I wrong on
I
that?
started out at the elementary school and was just K-6 counselor for 3 years. Last year I was the only counselor in the school district. So I served K through 12th grade, so I was at all 3 buildings.
That's a load.
Yes, and this year I am at the elementary school and the middle school. So I
Okay.
have kindergarten through 8th grade.
I mentioned to you before we decided to tape this that my generation, that's older than you, just a little,
Yeah.
we didn't really have elementary school counselors, at least not in the smaller schools like Marion size. We had high school counselors that we called guidance counselors, and basically what, at least I know of, they were about helping you find out how to get into college, that sort of thing. So I'm not saying that the elementary or middle school counselor position is a new thing, but it's not. It's newer than my generation.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about what it is that you do as a counselor for kids of this age.
Okay. As an elementary counselor, we do several school-wide programs. One of the biggest ones here is our character education program, where we teach to the kids different character traits. And with that, I go into the classrooms. I'm in every classroom every other week and teach things about respect, responsibility, social skills, life skills, how to be a good citizen, those type of things. So that's classroom guidance. So I go into the classrooms and actually teach lessons a lot. How to get along with others, making friends, interacting with peers. Another part.
If I can interrupt you, as we've dealt with some of your students the last couple of times, when I say we, Gene Winkler and I have come here, kids have made reference to character coupons, things of that nature. Is that part of what you're
Yeah.
talking about?
We've started a character education program here where teachers or any staff member can recognize kids for showing good character, and they can get a character coupon. And when they get a character coupon, they come in here, they get a sticker, they get to sign a poster. We post it up on the bulletin board, and then we have character education assemblies once a month. And some of the kids then, this year, they get to win medals if they were chosen to win a gold or a silver or a bronze medal for showing exemplary character.
So you don't just get attention by being in trouble for something bad, you also get attention for doing something positive.
Right. We're trying to recognize the positive characteristics, and the kids love it. We've been doing that ever since I started here. This is the 5th year that the character education program.
Now, do you do any one-on-one work with kids or anything of that nature?
I do small groups, so many of the kids have been in a small group where we'll meet for 8-10 weeks on things like if kids that are going through divorce or their families have been in divorce,
Trauma of some sort? Okay.
crisis situations or death, or kids that might be having friendship issues. There's all kinds of things. And then I meet with a lot of kids individually, just one-on-one to work through. A lot of times the kids just need someone to listen to them.
Do you find that you spend more time, other than with the kids, do you interact at all with the adults that are important to that kids, be to that child, be it a parent or a teacher? Do you deal with
Yes.
them as well as the children?
Yeah, a lot of times we'll work. I work with the parents as well as the children. Many times work with the whole, the family, teachers, and a lot of times, between that, I'll work with the kids, the teachers, and the parents, all, because we're all working with the same, children.
So your clientele here, I don't know how many children we have in Marion Elementary and middle school, but it's got to be quite a few.
We have 258 around there at the elementary and about 100 at the middle school.
Okay, so
About
358
yeah.
or 60. That at some point in time, with that many young people, there's always several that have something stressful going on in their lives. So I would imagine you keep pretty busy.
I do.
How much time are you
But
here?
every day is a different day, and none of no 2 days are the same.
So you
I'm
like
busy
it
from
at
the
this
time I
level?
walk in to the time I leave, but that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. I know, because we have to track you down. It's hard to do sometimes. So do you like it at this level?
I do. I've worked at the high school level too as a school counselor, but like you said earlier, most of that is college prep, and I like to be able to go in the classrooms and actually work with the kids and work with them one-on-one. So I do like as far as counseling at the elementary and middle school level.
Well, we really appreciate your letting us come see you and helping us with the kids, and we hope that if we can keep this show going here on the corner, we hope that we'll be able to see more of you and have you bring us some more of your delightful kids.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
We want to thank Chris Burkholder for putting up with us. She's been really helpful in lining up the interviews with the kids, and we thought that interview with her was something you might like to see. So once again, we tip our hats to her and the great job she does. Now, as we record this edition of The Corner, our community is blanketed in snow. And while the powdery moisture is beautiful and needed, it's not always appreciated when we're out shoveling walks, plowing through snow drifts, or picking ourselves up from an embarrassing tumble that we hope our neighbors didn't witness. Nevertheless, no matter how old you are, there's something magic about snow-covered scenery. Whether it's the beauty of the city park covered in white, or the loneliness of the ball fields, so full of people during the season and so empty in the cold, it's always fun to take a look at a snow-filled scene. So, we told Gene Winkler to bundle up, get out of the warmth of the studio, and out into the snow for some shots we thought you might enjoy. was something just a little different that we thought you might enjoy. We hope you did. And we hope you've enjoyed this cold and wintry edition of The Corner. This program is intended to highlight people and events in our corner of the world. We'd love to have your input. If you have suggestions for features, contact us at the telephone number or email address we are currently showing on your screen. We'd really like to do more interviews. You don't have to be famous or controversial to be interesting. If you have someone you know has a hobby or a talent, give us a call. We'll bring the camera, let you give us a demonstration, and then explain what it's all about. So thanks for giving us your time for this program. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Please check out Channel 20 on a regular basis for MCTV programming, and also keep an eye on Eagle Communications Channel 2 for regional programming, which on occasion includes The Corner. You can view MCTV programming anytime, whether it's The Corner, football, basketball, or other games we cover, by going to mctv20.com. That's the letters MCTV, the number 20.com. Now, last comment before we let you go for this episode. We've got an upcoming event that we want to make sure you get on your calendars. You should have it there already, but if you don't have Chingawassa Days written down, pencil it in right now. June 6th through 8th, Marion's premier festival will once again have outstanding entertainment and a weekend full of great entertainment for a very low cost. With that, this is Mike Powers for Gene Winkler and all of the MCTV crew saying be kind to your neighbor, and we'll see you around the corner.